Hello everyone, welcome back. So for today's class, we will learn how to write job application and this will give you 5 marks. So quick little instructions before we start off with job application. The first one is if possible start in a fresh page. In the annual exam you will be given answer booklets. So when you're writing in the answer booklets, make sure to write in a fresh page. Suppose the invigilator doesn't allow you because you're not supposed to leave gaps in between when you're writing in the answer booklet. So sometimes the invigilator might ask you not to leave any gaps. So in that case, what you do is, suppose if you have written little amount, if you've already written certain stuff and you have more than half a page or sometimes even half a page, then you can definitely start writing from here itself. You can continue with your writing. The second one is do not scribble on wrong word, just draw a line across it. So if you look here, you are not supposed to scribble on any words. That is not correct. If you make anything wrong, then you can just put a line across it. Sometimes the invigilators will cut marks if you make the job application look very untidy. You all make mistake, we all make mistakes. So when we are doing that, make sure you don't make it look very messy. Just draw a line over it and that is enough. All right, so now let us take a look at the question. So this question that you have is from the PU board itself. If you look at the website, you will find this as one of the examples. So let us look at the question, how they're gonna give the question. So wanted, they've missed certain stuff here, that is why I've written. So they would say wanted and they will give you the date as well. So Malya Hospital requires marketing managers, and then they've given the qualification. So if you look at, they've given the qualification that they're asking for, degree or diploma in marketing management, and they've also asked experience, that is 5 to 7 years of experience is preferred, and they also say apply within 7 days, and they've given 2 address also, the President Malya Hospital and everything. So you're supposed to apply this within 7 days. They've missed the date here. So in the answer, if you take a look at, the answer is also given in the PU board. They've written 4th June 2017. So what we can do here is, I have written 3rd June 2017. Why is, when you're writing the answer, you will increase 1 day and then you're gonna write. Alright, so you'll increase 1 day, that is why I've written 3rd June as the question. In the question, whatever date that they give, while writing the answer, you will increase it by 1 day and then you're going to write. So look at the answer now. They've written XXX and YYY for the name and address. The format is as same as the first year PUC letter writing format. It is the same. The only thing here is you will be writing the resume and nowhere you will mention your own name. You will mention it as XXX or YYY depending on what they give in the question. Suppose they do not give you anything in the question, understand that you are supposed to write XXX for the name, YYY for the address, or you can write any other alphabets as well. So this is just the format. So there is name, address, the format of the date, to the president, Malya address, everything is given here in the text itself, in the question itself, and this is the resume part. So you can go through the resume here, which is not how you will be writing in the exam. This is for your basic understanding. So now let us start off with the actual job application. So you will be writing XXX for the name. Alright, so you can also write any other stuff. You can write AAA or ABC, anything for the name, which is alright, but you cannot write anywhere in the answer booklet your own names. And then you can write YYY for the address. So again here you can write anything. You can write ZZZ or you can write XYZ. It's not a problem. So you can write anything here. And then the line afterwards is left empty. Alright, so you will leave a lines gap and then you will move to the next one, that is 4th June 2017. Alright, so if you looked earlier, I said, suppose in the question, if they've given the advertise on 3rd June 2017, I asked you to increase it by 1 day and write it down. So that is the thing I've done here. I've written it as 4th June 2017, and this is the format of the day. And the president is what they have given in the question itself. So if you can take a look at the question, they have asked the president, Malya Hospital, Vittal Malya Road, Bangalore. So I have taken it as it is in the question and then I've written. So you cannot simply write president. It is wrong. You are supposed to mention the article the before any noun that they give. Whatever they give, you are supposed to write the here, and then the first letter of the next word will be in capital. Alright, so the president, this thing you have written as it is in the question. Now moving on, respected sir or madam. From here onwards, you will have to do certain extra work. So respected sir or madam, it is as it is. Comma here becomes absolutely important. You are not supposed to miss it under any cause. Comma, respected sir, madam, comma, and then you will write down subject and reference. These are something which are new, unlike in your first year syllabus. So what you do is subject you write and then you write down a colon. So what is the subject? Job application for the post of marketing manager. So they've asked this one in the question. So what I do is I write job application for the post of marketing manager. Now if you look at this one, these two things are absolutely important. You write this for all of the letters, whether they ask you for a teacher or clerk or a manager or a journalist, whatever it is, this line is standard for all of them. You will write job application for the post of so and so, whatever it is. Now coming to the reference, what is this reference? Reference means from where did you get to know about this particular vacancy, right? So you will write advertisement which appeared in the whatever the newspaper it is, the Hindu, dated 3rd June 2017. So again here these lines are standard for all of the letters. Only thing that you will change here is the Hindu, dated so and so. So the name of the newspaper will be changed here, and then the date in which it was published. So you will change that one. And now take a look at the subject and reference. You used to write only subject, right? So reference is added here. So what you do is when you're writing subject, next to the margin, everything towards the left hand corner, subject and reference, you put the colon right aligned to each other. So they must be in a straight line. You cannot write colon here and then subject here. That is not correct. Sorry, you cannot put the colon next to the subject and then for reference you cannot put it far away. Everything must be very aligned here. Alright, so make sure that the colons are aligned, and the neatly that you present, the more marks that you will get. So if you write subject, if you write colon here for the subject, then here you will have to write for the reference. This is the correct format, and you're not supposed to write this one, or you're not supposed to write this one, or you're not supposed to write all these things. The only correct form is this one. Now moving on, you will write body of the letter. This part, when you're writing, make sure that this is in 2 paragraphs. Okay, so make sure that these are in 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph, you will be writing about your educational qualification. Alright, so you will be writing about your educational qualification, from which university or from which college you have done these things and how much marks have you obtained. Make sure to write that you have obtained distinction in all of the subjects and all of the exams and all. It will make your resume stand out. So the second paragraph, what you will write is, you will write about your fluency, you will write that your extra skills. So you will talk about your skills in the second paragraph. So you need not write a very lengthier answer for this one. You can write a very small one, but given that it is detailed. So you write all these things, and finally the tone of your letter, it must be very polite, respectful, and it must be not very demanding, right? I need a job. You cannot say I need a job. You should say, if I am taken, then I am going to show my best. All right, so you should be very polite there. These things, make sure you keep these things in your mind. And next, after writing everything, you will write down thank you, full stop here. Alright, so you write thank you and a full stop. If you remember, colon here, sorry, comma here, and then full stop here are absolutely necessary. Make sure that you follow this one. And after thank you, full stop, write down yours faithfully, and then you will write XXX, which will be your sign, and XXX in bracket will be your name. I hope this much is clarified to all of you. If you look at the if you look at the letter over here, then everything is towards the left hand side. Everything is right next to the margin. I have not written anything outside the margin, away from the margin. Everything is towards the margin. Everything is aligned. Make sure that you write in the same manner. And do not underline subject or reference. Underlining is strictly prohibited. You cannot be underlining. And one more thing, inside of a page already contains a margin for you guys. You need not draw another margin for it and then start writing. It will make it look very clumsy. Don't do that. So you already have been given a margin. Within that itself you try to write. Do not try to do anything extra. Do not waste your time. And after writing this much, you will leave a lines gap, and then you will write enclosed colon resume. Alright, so enclosed colon resume, and then in the middle of the sheet you will write in caps resume. Again, please do not underline anywhere. This is for your understanding. Please do not underline. Now comes the important part of job application. So outside the margin, if you look here, outside the margin, you're going to write numbers 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and alongside you will write the name, your father's name. Make sure to use apostrophe yes here. If you miss the punctuation marks, it will give out a very bad meaning. And then you will write the address, you will write the date of birth, and then the educational qualification. Again, if you look here, all these columns are aligned. Make sure to write this way itself. So the name, whatever you have written in the letter, in this 2 paragraph, the same one will be written in the job application resume part. So name, what did we write for the name? We had written XXX for the name. So I am going to write XXX for the name. Father's name, I have not mentioned the father's name before, so I can write it anything. So I'll write ZZZ for the father's name. Now moving on, what was the address I wrote? YYY. I've not changed anything. Everything is kept as it is. Now date of birth. Date of birth becomes very important. So what you do is, you can write any date, any month, but you will have to leave the year empty. We will come to that later. So write down any date, any month, but you will have to leave the year empty. Now moving on, when you write down educational qualification, again here nowhere you will underline. Any of these things you're not supposed to underline. So educational qualification, and then you will draw a table, a neat table over here, and then you will write the qualification. What was the post that they had asked here? For the marketing manager. They had asked for the marketing manager. So what would be the qualification be? BSc is enough because they want to work in a medical hospital. So diploma is also enough. So standard let us write it as BSc. So whatever educational qualification that you have recently completed, that must be written first, and then comes PUC, and then comes SSLC. So it must be in the descending order. First the highest qualification that I have, then PUC, SSLC likewise, and then I've written SL number 1, 2, 3, name of the examination, BSc, PUC, SSLC, and then university or board, university slash board, that you can write it as Bangalore, Mysore, uh, Mangalore University. Board of PUC is PUE, SSLC is SSLC. Alright. Now year of pass is also left empty along with uh, date of year of birth. And now let us move on for the pass percentage. We'll come back to the year of pass later. So pass percentage also, look at it, it is going in the ascending order. Right. So you write 83 first. Any marks you can write, any percentage you can write, but make sure that it is this way. Okay, lowest towards the highest, 83 percentage, 92, 95, you can write anything, but if you write this way it is good. Now we had left till the fifth one. Now let us continue with the sixth. So sixth I will write languages known, experience, special interests, reference. So all these things I'm gonna write, and if you look here, the alignment, the colon is still aligned here from the previous one to the present one. This is how it is supposed to look. Make sure that it is aligned. For languages known, what you do is, first thing you can write English, second you can write the regional language Kannada, and then you can write Hindi. Make sure to write in this manner. And experience, suppose in the question if they have asked the experience, if they have mentioned experience preferred and they have not given the years of experience exactly, then you can write any number of years of experience. Say for example 2 years of experience, you can write down 2 years of experience. Suppose they say minimum 7 years of experience required, then you can write it as 8 years of experience. Suppose they ask you. If they do not ask you, and if you have not, if they say freshens are also welcome, then you can simply mention it as nil, okay, or not applicable, or you can write it as fresher. All right, so you can write it as fresher, nil, or not applicable. Now coming to personal interest, you will write photography, or you simply cannot write I love dancing, I love singing. You can't simply write stuff like this. The personal interests are nothing but the hobbies. The hobbies must one way or the other relate to the occupation that you are working, right? So it should be relatable. And reference, the reference that you see here and the reference that you see here are not the same. This reference you're talking about from where you got to know about the advertisement, but in this reference you will talk about the previous companies. Suppose you have experience, then reference means you're talking about the person from the previous company. So you are giving the reference of them. The hiring company can call to the previous company and ask about you. So that is called as reference. So you can simply give a person's name, his designation. Suppose he was a manager or whatever, and then you can give the contact number as well. So again, this one need not be exact one. So you can put a dummy one here. You have to put a dummy one there. So that is how it ends. Now after this one, here if you noticed, after 5, 6, 7, 8 is outside the margin, but if you look at this table, this is inside the margin. Again here if you write outside, if you miss the cues there, then you will lose marks. Now moving on, place and date. After this one, inside the margin you will write place, date. Place whatever we had written before, y. Date is what we wrote in the letter. So that was 4th June 2017. So I've written that one as date, and exactly right side of the same particular line where I've written date, I will put my signature XXX. So that is the end of letter writing. I hope it is clear. Now it looks very messy, but I'm sure you all have your notes. If you require notes, you can contact me. So now let us understand how to calculate age and how to calculate the years. Remember that we had left certain things empty here. One here and then all these things, right? So we had left these things empty. So now let us learn how to calculate the age. The first thing that you're supposed to do is understand how the how many years you have taken to study. So infancy, from childbirth onwards till 3 years, and I think around 6 or 7 months you're not allowed to go to any play homes or things like that. So only after the age of 4 you are allowed. So what we do is, infancy you spend 4 years. SSLC is 2 plus 10. 2 is your kindergarten, UKG, LKG and UKG, and 10 is from 1 to 10. And then PUC is for 2 years. Bachelor's is for 3 years. Bachelor's you will have BA, BCom, BSc, and in Masters, which will be for 2 years, and you will have MA, MCom, MSc, and BEd. BEd is the teacher training program for 2 years, and this is compulsory only for teachers, not for the lecturers. But suppose they have asked for a mathematics lecturer, and suppose you write BEd, you cannot say it is wrong. It is applicable. There you can write, but it is optional. Okay, BEd for lecturers is optional, but for teachers it is compulsory. Suppose they ask for math teacher, then you will have to write BEd for sure, and the duration of BEd is 2 years. Now educational qualification, again notes was given for this one. Suppose you are writing for the post of a teacher, then you are supposed to write bachelor's and BEd plus BEd compulsory. When you are writing for the post of lecturers, master's is required, and then BEd is optional here. You can skip it, you can write it, it's not a problem. Now if you are looking for a clerk, the qualification will be mentioned in the question itself. They would say till 10th is enough, for PUC is required or diploma is required. In that case, what you can do is look at the question and write down whatever they've asked. Now for the post of managers, bachelors or masters are required. Suppose they, again, if they ask in the question whatever they ask, you can write the same. Journalist, masters must be done in mass communication or journalism. Alright, so these are the educational qualification. These are the years to complete the educational qualification. Now let us understand how to calculate the age. So in the given question, the date that they have given is 3rd June 2017. Qualification is, I think we've written till bachelor's here. Okay, so it is not masters, we will consider that as bachelors. So for bachelors, what happens is, you are supposed to calculate all these things. That is, you will calculate 4 years for infancy, 12 years for SSLC, 2 plus 10, and 2 years for PUC, and 3 years for bachelors. That will give us 21. So that will give us 21. Now go back. Yes. So you got 21. As you know that BSc, the qualification here is BSc. So I calculated till BSc, and all this when I combined together I got 21, and I wrote 21 here. And when I subtracted 21 with 2017, I got my year of birth. I hope this is clarified. So once you get the year of birth, what I did was, again I took BSc. I took 21 years to complete my BSc. That is what I've done. From my date of birth, I've added 21, which gave me 2017. That means in the year 2017, I completed my PUC. BSc. Now when I have to know when I completed my PUC, I'll have to again subtract it by 3 years, because BSc is for 3 years. So I will subtract by 3. 2017 minus 3 gives me 2014. Now SSLC is 2 years, that is 2014 minus 2 gives me 2012. This is how you calculate. So first thing, you should understand what is your qualification, what is your highest qualification. Then till the highest qualification you are supposed to add, and you will get a number 21 or 23 depending upon your qualification. This number that you get must be subtracted by the year which they have given in the question. So in our case it was 2017. So I subtracted 21 by 2017, and that is how I got my 1996 as my year of birth. Now for this year of birth, again I took the same 21 when I completed my BSc. So I added, I got 2017. 2017 is the year that they have given in the question. That should match. Note here, you have not written about your experience because they have not asked the experience. So I have not written anything. Suppose they say experience 2 years or 3 years or whatever it is, then here you are supposed to add those experience without fail. 2 years means you will have to write 2 years, 3 years, or you will write 3 years. So that is how you calculate. All right. So first what you did was you understood the highest qualification, and then you subtracted that number that you got from the year that they have given in the question. Now after you get that one, use the same number and then you start adding like I've shown. Okay, so do this a few times and then you will understand how exactly to work on this one. And please don't make it look clumsy like how I have written. Make it very neat. And if you look at the one that they have given in the PU board, that is very they have not mentioned it properly. So make sure that you mention things properly. And any doubts that you have, please do text or put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to clarify everything. Thanks a lot.